Welcome, Zach. I really appreciate you being here. Do you mind just telling me a little bit about your journey and where it started and why you initially came in to see us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was diagnosed with Still's disease about 8 years ago when I was 18. It was like the week of my 18th birthday, where all of a sudden I just got 102-degree fever, swelling everywhere, rashes everywhere, and it persisted for weeks, and nothing was taking it down. No antibiotics, nothing. And so thankfully, I did have a doctor who was able to name it, and so
Awesome.
start me on the methotrexate at least so that I
Yeah.
could so that the inflammation was managed for that time. I mean, for the last 8 years, basically, it was going to conventional medicine, going to conventional doctors, and the fact what they explained and what I just really didn't understand that with these autoimmune disorders, and for my case, it was an autoinflammatory, that I'm not going to get better. That's what they said. Like you're not going to get better. Basically, what we have now is just we're going to have to give you medicine for the rest of your life, and you're just going to have to manage your symptoms. And then about 3 years ago, I heard someone mention how certain diets really help them. My
Yeah.
mom had talked about that. I didn't believe her. What I had thought was, okay, so if I eat this salmon, I'm going to feel better now.
Hmm.
That didn't happen. So I was like, sorry, mom, this isn't working. I'm just going to take the steroids. And about a year ago, I just got fed up. I just got really fed up. I was tired of thinking of myself as a sick person. After about 7 years of having this condition, other issues started to present themselves, and I started to do a bit of research, and I realized that it's just going to keep on getting worse. If I can't control this inflammation, if I can't bring it down, I'm gonna start aging in all sorts of just falling apart in all sorts of ways that I
Yeah.
that 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 uh that I don't even know how to predict right now.
And I just remember talking to him about, he was telling me about his scenario, and I wasn't that familiar with Still's disease. Did some research on it, but I talked to him about the fact that, hey, this is an inflammatory condition. This is an immune mediated condition. Even though we don't see a lot of people with Still's, our approach is the same, and that really is to get to the bottom of why the inflammation is there to begin with, to optimize physiology and remove inflammatory triggers. So we decided to partner on a journey together, and I've just been, again, so impressed by the work that he's put into it. The reality is that it's more than just changing your diet, and I know, Zach, that you've realized that. It's dealing with emotional stress, it's dealing with previous traumas, it's optimizing your nutrients, it's healing the gut, and everybody has a different recipe for success. Zach, you want to tell me a little bit about your journey and what you've done so far?
So yeah, the things that we've been working on. I mean, we started addressing the gut issues.
Mm-hmm.
That was a clear one. I mean, I really did not think that there was anything wrong with my gut. It turned out very soon that there were massive things that were wrong with my gut.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I had. I guess what we found out is that I had both SIBO and Candida,
Yep.
which were contributing to leaky gut. I I couldn't control my anxiety, my stress. So I had different, I guess, hormone issues that were involved with that as
Mhm.
well. Some mitochondrial issues.
Yep.
There were thyroid issues. All sorts of deficiencies with
Mhm.
really important nutrients. And gosh, was that all?
Well, the reality is that, and that this is the case. It's everybody's got different contributing factors to immune dysfunction and inflammation, and you have to peel apart the layers and figure out what's at the root of yours. And it's an ongoing journey because things pop into the picture as life goes on. You get new stressors, you get new exposures, and you have to constantly be adapting to your surroundings and making sure your body is in a place where it can adapt. And you're exactly right. There's just so many different things that you've worked on, that you've done to get to where you're at. And, and it's been so encouraging to see the medications come down significantly, to see the inflammation levels come down significantly from when you started. It's all coming together. Like you said, it does take time, but the payoff is worth it. Zach, what kind of tips would you give someone who's really on the fence about taking a different approach, who's stuck in the conventional world and the conventional mindset, and really feel like they're at a loss and just need some different, options or different alternatives?
And, ask yourself, do you actually want to get better? Do you actually want to be well? And if you do, I mean, what that means is that it means a massive course correction. But it's just so worth it. I mean, it's such a precious reward at the end. Uh, and at the end of the day, you can say, I mean, I got better. Like I beat this thing that's been holding me in bondage for years. It's exhilarating, and so I would say that it's just so worth it. And it's really it's the difference between staying sick and getting better.